there, I'm Liz from Classy, and welcome to Cut to the Chase, where we chat with nonprofit leaders and share their bite-sized tips and takeaways for success, in hopes that you can apply them too. Our guest today is Laura Clary, the Clinical Program Manager of the SAFE program at the Greater Baltimore Medical Center, an organization that provides medical care and service and educates the next generation of clinicians. We're going to learn how they pivoted their annual Walk a Mile in Their Shoes event to virtual during the COVID-19 pandemic, raising almost $68,000. Hi, Laura. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now let's cut to the chase. This campaign raised funds on behalf of the Sexual Assault Forensic Examination and Domestic Violence, or SAFE and DV program, which supports victims of sexual assault, abuse, and domestic violence. So how did your team approach going virtual for this event?
So our event was actually planned in early spring, right when COVID was kind of coming out. So we shifted and decided, why don't we do a virtual Walk a Mile where families can still support and log in their time. We were hoping that we could get 725 miles between all of the participants to represent the patients that we provided care for the previous year.
So what were some of your most successful steps in increasing your reach and your funds raised? What worked?
We did some work with our local news channels that would put information out there about the event and the fact that it is going virtual. So we had a really strong social media presence. We really drew from that and started pushing on social media. So what was really incredible to see was the fact that people were actually really out and participating, and they would be walking by themselves, walking with their family, wearing the Walk a Mile t-shirt and taking pictures of themselves while doing this, and screenshotting how many miles they did that were logged in on their phone or any of the apps that they had. Walking with their pets that had red bandanas on to represent, the color red, which we associate with this event. And then again, sharing it on their social media pages using hashtags like GBMC, hashtag GBMC, Walk a Mile, just to really push this out there to get people saying, hey, what is this? I'm going to look into this and how I can support this cause. I'm actually very surprised how incredibly successful this was this year, given how difficult this year has been.
Can you talk a little bit more about the role that social media played?
We wanted our patients and our supporters and our community to know that even though we're in the middle of a pandemic, the crimes that we treat with our patients, they don't stop. So our doors are always going to be open. So the nurses put together their own personal PSAs, holding signs saying, hey, we're still here. Hey, we still need your support. You're not alone. And then they started sharing it throughout their personal social media avenues. And we worked closely with our marketing team to kind of develop a short little video of the nurses kind of scrolling through while they were holding their signs, letting people know that, we're still here and we still need your support, and our patients still need your support. We recently, because of such generous support from our community and philanthropic donations, moved into a much bigger unit in the hospital so that we could accommodate the massive growth of this program. And we wanted people to see what their donation goes towards. So we actually did a virtual walkthrough through our entire new, beautiful, SAFE suite. So when we did this virtual walkthrough, we were able to, again, push this out onto social media so people really had that personal connection and that personal feel to where their support was going. And you could see the outcome of, we're contributing to this program and we're making a really big difference. So we also marketed throughout the hospital, changed the wording, obviously, to say, hey, we're still here, but we're going virtual. And then what was really incredible and really powerful, I feel like, is at the entrance to our hospital where everyone comes in, we did a display of butterflies representing all the patients that we had seen the previous year with a billboard behind it, and said each butterfly represents a person who received our services. And it was really impactful and very powerful to see how many people we actually personally touched and helped them, get on the road to, recovering.
All right. Thanks for those insights, Laura. Now let's wrap this up with some rapid fire. How long have you worked in the nonprofit space?
10 years.
Describe your role in 3 words.
Organized chaos coordinator.
What's one word that describes your organization?
amazing.
What gets you up out of bed in the morning?
My patients.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm doing it.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for everything that you do, Laura, and everything that GBMC does. Thanks again for joining us on Cut to the Chase. And for everyone watching, we'll catch you next time.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Laura. Thanks, everybody. Bye.